Here's how an NAIA arm had life-changing gains, going from 89 to sitting 96 and topping 98 miles an hour in less than a year. The way that I would describe Ethan's throw when he first signed up is basically just full of compensations. As we get into May, the spring season ends and we start testing different feels. The feel that really worked for Ethan was talking about a more elbow-driven flip with the arm. As we get into June, it's time to do his first velo phase. In the velo phase, the first thing we did was pull downs. I love pull downs for guys that don't throw hard, really just feeling what it's like to throw really hard for the first time. He did get up to 94 the first time, which is good. And the message that Ethan sent me was, that's the hardest I've ever thrown in my entire life. Hey, that's the purpose of pull downs, man. Show your body that you are capable of throwing this hard. He finished that pull down phase about the end of June, and into July we deloaded and then got into the plyo testing phase. This is basically just throwing plyos hard 2 days a week, seeing if you can get to these numbers to go up a little bit each week. And at the end of that phase, he ended up throwing a bullpen and hit 92, which at the time was a bullpen PR. Now when October comes around, the fall finishes, and Ethan's fired up for another velo phase. And this is when he really starts to pop. It was at this time that I introduced Ethan to lateral tilt in his throw. And this was the piece that really clicked with Ethan. The drills I gave him was a rocker with lateral tilt. And I just told him in a rocker, get that front foot up off the ground and then try to tilt everything back here. Try to dip into the velo bucket, as I say, and come out of it a lot more explosively than you were before. Paired that with a step back where his center mass is just in front of his back foot and then getting a little bit of lateral tilt. So as he's tilting backwards, he's actually moving forward very linearly down the mount. With the shorter arm action, he's gonna be able to rotate very quickly and grab that arm and pull it through like he never has before. In that first 1 mile an hour pin, Ethan sent me a text that said, I just hit 94.8. And I'll be honest, I didn't even believe him, because the first thing I asked was, did you get it on video? And he said no. And I was like, I'm gonna need to see video of that, man. And so his next velo day was overload, underload mound velos, and Ethan hit 95.4 on that day with the 5 ounce. And he did send me a video of that one. The next week, he would run that up to 95.9. He did one more velo day and it was slightly down, so we went ahead and took a deload. He also booked a trip to Tread for the beginning of January. So through December, we kind of took our foot off the gas a little bit and stayed a little bit lighter. It just kind of built him up for his week here at Tread. Because when you come to Tread, it's kind of like a showcase, because you're gonna be here and we're gonna have video rolling everywhere and you're gonna get all of your data, and we can send all of this to MLB scouts. So I made sure to tell Ethan, like, make sure when you come out here, you're ready to rip and do some really cool stuff, because we're gonna get the word out about you at this point. And he came out sitting 96 miles an hour and would run it up to 98 indoors, which is unbelievable for anybody, much less an NAIA pitcher who was sitting 90 8 months ago.